All right, back out on trail. Back on the Superior Hiking Trail for this weekend. Back on the trail that started it all. This is going to be a gorgeous fall hike, and this is quintessential Minnesota backpacking weather. It is cloudy, windy, 50, 55 degrees, just perfect backpacking weather. For this hike I'm going to do the Bean and Bear Lakes Loop. Since it's Sunday, not nearly as many people as yesterday. The cars were in the thousands at the Bean and Bear Lakes Loop trailhead. Today, I went to the Southern Loop trailhead instead of the Northern, and I only saw one car, and they were ATVers. People getting on their ATVs and taking off. So nobody on this section of the trail so far. But it is a very, very windy day. There's gale force winds warnings out. So this is one of those hikes that the biggest threat of the hike, it's not bears, not cougars, not moose. It's falling trees and falling branches. So gotta stay aware of that for this hike. Other than that, it should be a gorgeous, beautiful fall hike. You see all the colors. It is just peak colors out here, so should be a good one. Check back in later. All right, now that I'm at a map, I can kind of show you where I'm at and the plan for the hike. Right now, I'm obviously at the Screw. I started at the Historical Society. This is the trailhead I was talking about, where there was cars by the thousands just lined up all up and down yesterday. Nobody here though. I am right here at the Screw, but I'm gonna come up, and when I get to the junction, I'm gonna make my decision there if I go left or right and stay at the Bear Lake campsite or Penn Creek. I kind of want to stay at Penn Creek because I've never been there, but yeah, I'll make that decision when I come here. All right, well, I made it down to Bear Lake, at the Bear Lake campsite actually, and it's wide open. No one's here. I can set my tent up right there if I want to, but like I said, I'm kind of going for Penn Creek. This is a little further out of a hike in the morning than I'd prefer. But somebody took one of the benches out and put it in the lake, and I'm sure it's so they could sit in the lake, but put that stuff back when you're done, people. Stuff like that is what gets sites like this closed down. Pick up your messes afterwards. It's one thing if you customize a campsite while you're there, but put it all back the way you found it. Leave places better than you found it. That's the general rule out here. So that is not leaving the place better than you found it. But I am going to move on from this spot. I am off to Penn Creek. There's a really good overlook once I get up on the hills over there of the Bean Lake overlook. So that should be beautiful. Okay, I've made it to the Penn Creek campsite, and I didn't film on the way in because there's a guy and his son kind of camped right up in the main campsite. So I'm kind of back here where there's a whole lot more tent pads, kind of right next to the creek that's, right now it's all dry. I gotta hope I can find a pool of water to get some water if I need water, but there is no water right now running in this creek. And there's a little slot canyon when you first come into the campsite that usually has a nice waterfall and everything, but it's completely dry right now. So I'm going to set up my tent right here where I'm standing. Gorgeous fall colors all around me. And then I'll go try to find some water in the creek somewhere. Hopefully there's a pool of water I can get some water from, and take you to the slot canyon and show the slot canyon. Even though there's no waterfall, it's still a pretty cool little slot canyon to check out. So time to set up shop. All right, heading out on the final stretch to get back to my truck at the Historical Society. Gorgeous hike. This was peak colors when I didn't expect it to be peak colors out here. I really expected like just past peak. Instead I got peak colors, so it was definitely worth the trip and it was fun. I liked it. And on top of that, it was as busy as it was Saturday out here. Saw all the videos of all the cars parked up, the hundreds and hundreds of cars parked out there at the trailhead. I have hardly seen any trash out on the trail today. Good job, Minnesota. I cannot believe how little trash I've seen. Like 2 wrappers and a piece of toilet paper, and that's it the entire hike, when there was so many hundreds if not thousands of people out here on Saturday. So I'm pretty proud of Minnesota with how clean this trail has been. I mean, unless someone came out Saturday night and cleaned up what they could, or came out early Sunday morning and cleaned up what they could, but this trail has been immaculate, just gorgeous. So that's pretty much it for this trip. I'm gonna call it right here and show a couple little few things on the way out with the fall colors, but other than that, catch me on the next one.